Good morning, and what a beautiful morning it is. The future's so bright I've got to wear shades. Yeah, welcome back. It's an absolutely baking run of weather we're having, so I'm making the most of it. I'm coming out very early, so I'm back in again before it gets proper hot. But another great sight. Look, we got silver on the last video from that lovely freshly mown pasture, and hopefully you can see that okay with the sun. That is a freshly churned part of the field. I'm not quite sure why our farmer has turned it all over, but that is much to my benefit. I was heading towards the sheep's pasture, which the ground is a bit easier to dig, as we all know at this time of year it's a nightmare. And this has all been turned over on my way, so who am I to turn this beautiful site down? So as always, thanks for joining me. Let's get cracking before it gets too hot. And I'll see you on the first hole, and with luck we'll have some luck. Take care. Right, I'm not even kidding, I'm genuinely not kidding. It's been a quiet kind of, I'm just doing the edge, so I filmed at that top corner there, so it's been a quiet first 5-10 minutes. Oh, it's really hot already. And the very first signal was up at the top 80s. And I can't believe my eyes, but I think I've got another Crotal bell. There you go, you see it? Oh yeah, it's bashed, I think. Look at you. Hello you beauty. Hello you lovely thing. Oh wow. Yeah, it's bashed, which is a shame. It's another big one, similar to the size I found the other day, well, last week or whenever it was, week before. But yeah, what a start. It's literally my very first signal. Wow, hope that's a sign of things to come. Brilliant. The bells, they may or may not be ringing, but I'm off and running. See you in a bit. Right, I've not had a massive amounts of targets, a couple of bits of cack. This just come up, which is a bit of lead, I think. Don't think it's anything. It's got a strange shape to it, but I think I'm just seeing things. Oh, I'll give it a clean. If anything's there, you'll see it again. Next one. I don't know if you can hear the cuckoo in the background, but there is. It's quite nice company, I have to say. This one was in the 40s, but I've got no idea. Can you see that? There's obviously a little loopy thing here, and it looks like, you can see, it must have been the similar one on the other side. Interesting. No idea, but interesting. See you in a bit. This is very interesting. Tiny little ring, and you're probably not, you might be able to see it. It says NH Museum, London, which I presume is a Natural History Museum. Southwest 7 is that, which I presume is where the Natural History Museum is. There's a website address, and there's a number underneath. So I am thinking that's some sort of animal tag, and I reckon I might be able to trace that on the internet. So yeah, that's very cool. I like that a lot. It's obviously fairly modern, but what's it doing in a field in North Essex? Was it something to do with a bird, maybe? Don't know. Anyway, we'll have a look on online when we get back. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. Oh, it's hot. It really is warm. But I've got my sunscreen on. I'm taking on lots and lots of lemon squash, actually. Next one. I'm not finding a huge amount, if I'm honest, since that lovely bell. That to me looks like a little kind of key lock plate, but I might be wrong. Don't think it's a ring pull. Don't know. It could be where a screw goes in for something. Don't know. Okay, moving on. Well, finally, after what's felt like ages, I've only been here about 2.5, 3 hours, I think we've got our first coin-shaped thing. Let's have a look. It's coming up in the 80s. Yep. That is definitely a penny-sized coin-shaped thing. Let's give it a clean and see what Sovereign is going to come and play today. There he is. Hello, sir. George V. No sooner have I sprayed it, it's drying already. Look, that's how hot it is. 1917. Nice. Always happy if I find a coin. So that's a Crotal bell and a coin and a funny ringy thing. I reckon I've got about another hour and a half, and then it's just going to be too hot, so I shall call it a day. But yeah, hopefully we'll find a few more now. See you in a bit. Right, next one for your delight is a proper squished thimble. Thimble. Hey, Lee? Wow. Okay, well, I'm more than happy with that, but it would have been nice if it was in its original form. Still, it's a find. See you in a while. Oh, it's hot. Right, I think I'm going to call it a day. Yeah, it did all right, actually. I mean, I've only been here just over 3 hours, I think. So, but it's, as you've probably just seen from that previous video, my little panoramic, it is clear blue skies. It must be 80 plus degrees today. So, whoa, yeah, I think it's time to call it a day. I've taken on all my fluids that I brought with me. So, I think that's as good a time as any. So, I've got the Crotal bell, a George V coin, a couple of kind of party fact things, bits of lead, and that kind of really intriguing little bird ring or whatever it is, which I'm really looking forward to finding out more about. So obviously I'll see you on the proper roundup, but until then I'm gonna start wandering back to the car, but as in good fashion as I always do, I'll be passing through the ladybird fields, so I shall probably have a swing as I go through there. So you might get one more or two more. Failing that, I'll see you back at the den. Thanks a lot. Thanks for stopping by. See you in a bit. Right, here's your bonus footage. So I'm just stand you up. That's my exit just there. So I'm very nearly there. So I just thought I'd swing as I went through the ladybird field, which looks amazing. Still quite short, so still doable, but the ground's very hard. Anyway, this looks. Try and get myself out of the shadow. Absolutely glowing now. Shattered. Look at that. That looks quite interesting. Just came out. I kind of missed it, and so I just dug this little bit out of the corner, and that's just popped out. So that looks very interesting. Pick up the right thing. Oh, it's heavy. Oh yeah. Ooh, that's a bit fancy, isn't it? Oh, it's got a little. That's some sort of little leather fixing, maybe leather mount or something. Ooh, that could be quite old, I reckon. Just give that a quick clean so you can see it before I leave the field. Back in a sec. Well, that is lovely. That's a great way to end the day. Look at that. Almost like a kind of flower type pattern. Very thick. Very heavy, well, reasonably heavy, and then this kind of fixing on the back, which I think that's all mud. I think that's going to come out.
So I think that'll be a lot lighter when I get rid of all that mud. So yeah, that's that looks quite old to me. Obviously, I'd love to know if you think you might be able to date that and tell me what it is, of course. I'm presuming it goes onto a piece of leather. Really nice. Excellent. All right, well, I'll see you back at the ranch. Wonderful day. Okay, I managed about, well, just over 3 hours, I think it was in the end. But blimey, it got hot very quick. Well, I got back to the car and it was saying 31.5 degrees, which is far, far too hot to be standing under the sun digging holes. But great fun, and actually some, a reasonable amount of finds, all things considered. It was a right bonus finding that field had been turned over, and I think with a bit more time I would have found a few more things. But anyway, in the bottom right, we've got the usual kind of smattering of strange bits of lead and screws and nails and things. Bottom row, just kind of general, bits and bobs. This thing I thought might be a little kind of key, whatever they're called. A key goes in there, but not sure now. Now I see it when I'm at home. That's obviously was fixed to something, so it might just be something simple as a screw. Something, a screw went in there to hold something up. Don't know. This one was very interesting. I don't think I filmed that. Kind of like a 50p piece shape, but it's thin lead. There's no markings on it at all. So I don't know if that's just an offcut or whether it was for a purpose, but none the wiser. This thing here, still no idea. I really haven't got a clue. I can't even think what that might be. I'm presuming that this bit here was replicated here, so that went over and hooked onto something, or maybe it was attached. Perhaps it's a part of a seal or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, and then on to the top row. Really interesting, actually. So this little thing, which I did film, which probably won't focus now because the light's going. That is obviously off a bird's foot. Not quite sure how old when the bird met his demise in the fields of Essex. But I've been onto the website and I've registered the number and put in the details. So that's quite good. So someone will get an email to say their birdie has been, the ring of their birdie has been found. I suspect the birdie is long gone. A squished and half of a thimble. So that's all right. Something to find, isn't it? This thing I'm very, very interested in. I've only just kind of started putting the feelers out on the internet. The initial thoughts, my initial thoughts is it's some sort of leather mount. And I think that's what it is. There's something about it, isn't there, with the colour and that, it just feels old to me. So I'm not quite sure how old, but I really, really like that. So I'll be interested to find out a bit more about that. If you do happen to know, and you can say, Marcus, that is exactly this, and it dates from then, that would be awesome. So let me know. Just the one coin, 1917, George V. There he is. That's actually in pretty good condition. That's probably one of the better ones I've found off that field. So yeah, happy with that. Any day with a coin's a good day. And then last but by no means least, seen better days, but actually, believe it or not, even though it's battered, it's got a ring of some description. So it's still got the P in it. But yeah, seen better days. But nonetheless, I will take that any day of the week. I think that is my fourth hole one, maybe my fifth. No, fourth, I think. And I found some fragments as well. So very first hole of the day, literally turned the clod over and there it was. So that was a cracking start. So as always, really happy with that and all the other finds actually for a relatively short hunt. Thanks so much, as always, for your support. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already done so. Hit that bell so you don't miss out on future videos. And more importantly, especially at this time of year with all this weather, as lovely as it is and as hot as it is, stay cool. I'll see you on the next one.